to quickly introduce our featured guest speaker tonight, Dr. Benjamin Beckler. Dr. Beckler is a licensed medical doctor who graduated at University of Minnesota Medical School. He has Bachelor of Science in Immunology and Medical Microbiology, fellowship training in medical education, and additional professional trainings in nutritional therapies. He's Chief Medical Scientific Officer at the Laboratories and formulator of botanical hand protector omega-3 essential fatty acids, stem renew, and triazine for NHT Global. Thank you, Dr. Ben, for being here today to talk about the Tree of Health, the importance of this unique product, stem renew, and the importance of bioactive nutrient support for supporting the body's natural renewal process, and how the global stem renew help rejuvenating the body to help you achieve optimal wellness.
Well, thank you so much, Antonella, for having me on the webinar today. And hello, everyone. It truly is an honor and a privilege to be with you this evening. Today, we're going to be talking about and expanding on our Tree of Health series. And really, before we begin on the background of the product we'll be talking about tonight, let's do a little bit of a review on the Tree of Health and what that concept is. And so when we talk about the Tree of Health, this is really a philosophy that is based on the root and branch theory in traditional Chinese medicine. Now, in your mind, I want you to think of your favorite tree. Maybe it's one that you climbed on as a child and got way up in the branches, and your parents came out and said, "Get down from there." I know mine did. But what we know is that although we see all these branches up in the air, we also have another part of the tree that's unseen. And those are the roots, the ones that are underneath the ground. And so it's both parts of the tree that are required, and the roots themselves, we know, play a very special role in the health of that tree. And so when we think of the Tree of Health philosophy, the branches represent our daily experiences. Really what we see, what we feel, our interactions with the world around us. Think of the leaves on the tree and how they'll sway in the wind. Sometimes they let go. The big branches, they'll move with the wind. And sometimes in a storm, one may get injured. Other times they sway back and forth, just right, knowing how much to lean, how much to sway. Now, when we think about the roots are the hidden processes that really are fueling our cells in our body when we think about the Tree of Health philosophy. The tree we know is dependent upon the roots. The roots are critical for stability, for absorbing nutrients from the soil and otherwise. We know the roots are very important when it comes to anchoring the tree and its long-term really prognosis when we think about its outcome. If a tree doesn't have healthy roots, or the roots aren't functioning properly, all of those cellular processes, if the roots aren't really providing the tree with what it needs on a daily basis, there's no way the tree can blossom. There's no way it can make beautiful flowers in the spring and the buds and the flowers, and then proceed through its growth cycle and grow. And so we use this analogy of the tree to help describe what we're trying to do with NHT and with a core group of products that we call our Tree of Health Foundation. And this really is a combination or a family of products that provides a holistic approach to health by really addressing your body at both the root and the branch levels. That means on the branch level that we actually see a difference, we feel a difference. And at the root level, although we may not see or even be aware that things are going on, things are happening that are unseen. Next slide, please. And so when we think about our health, it's very important to realize that types of cells within our bodies. And I'm getting a little bit of feedback right now, guys. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just making sure. I want to make sure our branches are going on well in our experiences. So when we think about our lives and we think about our bodies, we know we have different types of cells within our bodies. We know that our body and all the processes associated with it are responsible for renewal. And a very special word, and that is resilience. Resilience means our body's ability to respond to challenge, to bounce back. And that truly is a very, very key feature of the Tree of Health and of our combination of products that we have created to support the Tree of Health philosophy. Because while we want to support our daily health and function, we also want to build reserve and resilience so our body can respond to challenge. And these words here, renewal, rejuvenation, resilience, these are all tied to really that concept of youthfulness, of maintaining our vigor, of maintaining our own activity, of maintaining strength and balance, sharpness and focus of the mind. So it's all of these together that work to help create really the quality of life that we're all seeking. And that phrase, quality of life, is so very important. That's what we all want for ourselves and for others, no matter where we are starting with our health. You know, I'll never run as fast as an Olympic gold medalist on the track, but I do like to run. And so for each of us, it's where we find our own quality of life, where we are at in our own lives, and really trying to harness our body's own potential. And that's really what the Tree of Health is all about. Next slide. So today we're talking about Stem Renew, a very special product that focuses on that rejuvenation and renewal of the body. And it works in a very special way. It promotes wellness at the cellular level through a focus on cellular communication and supporting different types of cells and cellular processes in your body. And very important, these processes are different than the ones that are supported by the other Tree of Life products that we've already talked about in the series. So in your body, I want you to remember that you have different types of cells. And there's a type of cell that we think of as a supercell. And these are often referred to as stem cells. That's their name, stem. It's interesting, they actually are related in terms of our concepting and philosophy of Tree of Health, that they have the word stem. But the idea of a stem cell in your body is these are very specialized supercells that have the ability to turn into other cells. They're in essence precursor cells that can be directed by the body to be transformed into cells or different types of cell the body may need. And they are critical when it comes to rejuvenation and renewal in the body. And there's two types of stem cells. There are embryonic and there are adult. And what we're talking about today are nutritionally supporting your adult body and adult stem cells. And this can be done nutritionally, and not only those super cells in your body, but also other cells and other body processes. So really, Stem Renew nourishes the body to promote wellness at the cellular level. It does this by helping to focus and support cellular communication, antioxidant capacity, providing specific components that are cofactors, assisting with absorptive aspects of nutrition. And all these together really provide a specialized combination of bioactive nutrients, which provides the body support for messaging and the tools it needs to enhance its natural renewal process. Stem Renew also supports the overall cellular health of the body and what I call the adaptive capacity of your body to respond to change. Well, what's adaptive capacity? Adaptive capacity really equals resilience. It's our body to adapt to stress, to bounce back, to be resilient, to renew. And so that's very, very important, and a very important part in the formulation of Stem Renew in helping your body harness its own adaptive capacity and to support your body's response to stress. Realize that stress comes in many different shapes and forms, physically, emotionally, spiritually. When we think about relationships, we know all of these things can combine to create stress internal in the body, and stress is damaging. Very important to take that away. We need to manage stress in our lives through appropriate exercise, meditation, healthy relationships, and nutrition. We know nutrition is a key role. The best source for nutrients is from our food, but often many of us don't eat perfectly. There are gaps, and also the ability to receive specialized nutrients can often be challenged when we eat the same thing over and over, or we live in a certain part of the world where that may not be available. So specialized phytonutrients can play special roles in the body, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Next slide, please. So the STEM Renu formula is very, very special. It takes a 3-step approach through the different ingredients. And we see here in this formula, in the picture here, we have the complete formula identified. And so I just want you to take a step back and look at the pictures. And first off, just appreciate the different colors that are present and the different forms. We actually, on the bottom left picture there, you see that's fucoidin. That's a special type of marine, really algae, and a marine plant from the sea. We have specialized berries. We have spices. We have extracts. We have grapes from France. Of course, we have the avian extract from Norway. So all of these different pictures here have different components. The maca from Peru. We see the second picture in the green. That's a picture of really our plant-based calcium, green tea, and black pepper on the bottom. And we've got the aloe. So now I've named them all. But really, really a wonderful representation of nature's ability to create different substances with different properties that have different benefits in the body. So the formula really takes a 3-step approach. The first being signal proteins. And that's really through a very specialized ingredient of the avian egg extract. It's a fertilized egg, so this is different than what we eat. And it's harvested at a special time, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But the first really approach to the formula is focusing on communication between our cells. We want that communication to be enhanced. For our body's messaging, the messages that are sent out, first off for the body to send the message, and then also for the cells to receive. We also have nutritive cellular support factors, and this is a grouping of 5 ingredients that carry out specialized activities to support the signal proteins, but also have antioxidant capacity, have also individual aspects of supporting the supercells in our body. We think about the marine fucoidin and the resveratrol, specifically here, the green tea with EGCG, as well as the aloe vera gel. All of these have been shown to support the health of supercells in the body in research. And so it's not only the signals themselves, but we want to support the health of these supercells and other cellular function in the body. And finally, we have absorptive and functional promoters. What does this mean? It's kind of a funny name. Absorptive and functional. Absorptive means absorption, and functional promoters mean, hey, we want to help them get to work. So first is calcium. We have an organic plant-based calcium that is present in the product, and that's really included as really a spark. Many times we need the mineral calcium to help trigger different channels and openings in our cells. So making sure we have that calcium present. The next is a very special extract from black pepper called piperine. And this ingredient has been shown to enhance the absorption of nutrients from the gut multifold. Very, very well documented and patented ingredient around the world. And so we worked with the firm that pioneered this, and we've incorporated it into the product so we get more out of the ingredients that are present to assist absorption. And this is especially important for people who may have challenged GI systems. We know as we age, our ability to absorb nutrients may also be altered, or difficulties with digestion. So the presence of the black pepper extract is very, very special. Next slide, please. We'll now be going a little more in detail about each ingredient. So the first ingredient here is the avian egg extract. This is harvested at before 12 days in a special time. It's usually about the 9 to 11 day period. And when we do that, we harness all of the goodness of that developing fertilized egg, including many of the growth components found within it. Remember that an egg is very special. An egg has, in essence, it's life within a shell, right? And so that developing egg has many, many nutrient growth factors, is very nutrient dense. And so we take that egg, and we partnered with an organization in Norway to take the egg, fertilized again 10, 11 days, protected in its processing to preserve all the nutrients and preserve those factors that are associated with signals and communication in your body. And so the nutrient dense environment of the egg then is specially processed and placed into the formula. And it delivers really the pre-embryonic signal proteins and amino acids. And this supports renewal and healthy cell signaling. There have been various studies published on this egg extract, and it really helps to counter the effects of stress and help support the adaptive capacity of the body. Again, remember we talked about earlier, we want to address and support our cellular mechanisms of really addressing stress. This is one of those ingredients. Not only does it help support stress, it helps support cellular communication to help the cells communicate to each other with the nutrient-dense environment. When this happens, we find that the body can harness its own potential. In essence, it can get to work doing what it wants to do. That's very, very important. We know that our body sometimes might get missed signals, or the wrong signal, or that maybe certain cells and areas of our body don't seem to listen or behave. I'm speaking here, of course, in analogies, but remember that your body is made up of billions of cells. And so therefore, we need to make sure that we provide the appropriate support for them to interact with each other, to harness their own potential, and to function properly. And that's what this particular ingredient with that fertilized avian egg extract provides, that nutrient-dense environment. Next slide. So cellular communication with the avian egg extract. That's what I want you to remember. Now the next ingredient, we're getting down to that cellular cofactor function, the organic maca. This is a superfood from Peru. It has been renowned in Peru for hundreds of years, and it is only recently where we've seen just really an explosion in the literature and scientific investigation into maca, really demonstrating its wonderful health promoting properties. Maca, the plant itself, is very special in that it grows at a very high altitude, so it has some special properties and natural resilience which allows it to grow at high altitude. Traditionally, it was used to boost energy and vitality in native cultures in Peru, but recent studies have truly looked into why this is. Why does maca seem to support cellular energy? Why does it seem to support vitality and cognitive function of the mind and otherwise? We also know it helps support fertility from recent studies. So it really is an adaptogenic ingredient. Really, an adaptogen is a nutrient that helps your body adapt to stress. Again, you'll hear me say that over and over. But maca is a special ingredient, which is a superfood that has properties of an adaptogenic nutrient, allowing your body to succeed under stressful conditions, and also supporting your body when it comes to cellular energy, focus cognitively, overall really vitality and energy and reproduction. But it's that vitality aspect that we're really trying to harness. We're trying to provide that resilience, that rejuvenation in our body to really get back to the level of health that we're seeking. So think of maca really as a superfood that's helping your body for vitality, harnessing cellular energy. Next slide. The next ingredient is green tea extract, and this is standardized to what is called EGCG, or epigallocatechin gallate. Many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with the health benefits of green tea. Green tea itself, thousands of papers have been published. And we get into a very special family of nutrient within green tea called the catechins. Realize that green tea, think of it as an umbrella. So here's the top of the umbrella, and then as I go like this, I'm seeing all the different points, right? You've got all the metal points on an umbrella as you're holding it above. Yeah, I'm holding it here, it goes up and above my head. So unfortunately, it's not raining right now. But the points on the umbrella, I want you to think of all different phytonutrient chemical families, which all have different properties and benefit. Well, one of those points on the umbrella is a special family called catechins. And these catechins have very special properties in the body. One of the things they are known for is their ability to be very, very strong antioxidants. We also know that the catechins play a role in promoting normal cellular function and replication to help cells replicate properly. This is very important. So not only do the catechins help protect our bodies against harmful free radicals, they also play a role in helping to support healthy blood glucose levels or blood sugar within normal levels. We know that there are nice studies demonstrating nutritional support for the body for normal and healthy blood glucose levels with the catechins. We also know that catechins support the body's metabolism. This supports a healthy weight. And it does this, however, without a stimulatory effect. So many people associate green tea with caffeine, but we're talking here about the catechins without caffeine. And so this is very, very important as well, helping overall body metabolism and inner machinery to function properly. Again, we need inner machinery, cellular machinery to function properly so we can get energy output, so our cells can produce the things they need. Like the cells themselves are supposed to produce proteins and signal molecules, open pathways and channels to receive in other substances as well. We know that the cells themselves, they need to take the omegas that are in the cell membranes, process them, use them, turn them into signals as well. So we talked about omegas in an earlier part of the series, but it's the cellular function that is very, very important. And that's where catechins really function, is on that cellular level, acting as an antioxidant, supporting cellular replication and proper function, as well as supporting metabolic aspects of our overall body, but also the metabolic functioning of cells. And that's important. So it's when we get all of these systems working properly that we start to see dramatic changes in our health. And so you'll hear me talk about adapting to stress, or antioxidant, or cellular replication, or talking about metabolism. But all of these are different pieces of the puzzle. All of these are different parts of the root of the tree that have to be supported for the tree to be healthy. And that's why we don't just have one ingredient, but we have multiple. That's why we have more than one product, to take a holistic approach to address all of these different areas of health and function in the body. Next slide. So as well in the product, we have organic aloe vera gel. It's very important to know that we take the gel from the inner fillet, not the whole leaf, because the leaf of the aloe plant itself, if you take that, it can have something that can be unhealthy for your body, the aloin. and that can be irritating to the stomach and otherwise. And so it is specially processed to remove that, and is only focusing on the inner gel. Within the inner gel, there are very special nutrients called glyconutrients. These have been shown to support immunity in your body, the immune system itself, and the specific types of immune cells, also to support supercells, as well as support blood sugar levels. As well, very important that these glyconutrients have also shown to support cognitive function in the brain. There was a study that was published on this. And so, again, these glyconutrients, where we see their role in the body, really has been one that they are needed to help support communication and communication methods. What's interesting about the type of aloe that is used here, it's USDA certified organic. It is highly bioavailable. It's grown in a special part of the world that is very enriched with micronutrients, and it has high ace-mannan and polysaccharide content. Ace-mannans and polysaccharides are a type of glyconutrient. Now, I know I mentioned a lot of technical terms here, but what I want you to remember is that within that gel are special substances called glyconutrients that support cellular communication and also supercells, okay? So that's probably the most important thing I want you to take away from that, from the aloe. Aloe's been used for centuries to support human health. Here we truly have sought out a very specialized aloe. This actually comes from the Pacific Rim, and is very, very pure and has a very high content of those glyconutrients. It's also a heavily, heavily tested type of aloe, as all the ingredients are. But this really is a world-class aloe. Because there's so many different aloes out there. You could go to the grocery store tonight and find some aloe juice or aloe gel, and those are not standardized. Those are often heavily diluted, a lack of testing. And when it comes to the glyconutrient content, it's almost virtually absent. And so, so that's really one thing that sets this aloe apart. Next slide. So our next two ingredients are very, very special. And we have organic fucoidan algae. This comes from Australia. And on the other side here, we have red grapes sourced from France that provide a source of resveratrol. And so we're going to talk about each of these. They're very special and very powerful. So what is fucoidan? So fucoidans are a class. It's kind of, I pause right here because what's on the screen is very technical. Sulfated fucose-rich polysaccharides. That's technical. But what we're talking about, again, we'll put it in different terms. It's a brown algae and a type of echinoderm. So it's a type of plant-based, marine-based ingredient that grows under the waters. But it's a very special ingredient that has immune supporting properties and supporting properties for supercells in the body. There are whole companies based on the development of medicines from this ingredient. Again, stem renew is not a medicine. It is a dietary supplement and enriched food source to support healthy and normal function of your body. But I want you to know that fucoidan is studied around the world for its ability to support the immune system and to support normal cellular function and replication. Realize our cells, they have to replicate. We need to replace cells in our body. We're continually creating new cells. However, if your body creates cells inappropriately or incorrectly or with errors, those cells may do unhealthy things. They may grow out of control. And so cellular replication and cellular control in an orderly fashion is very important. Also, having immune cells that are present that can recognize cells that are out of control is very important. Our body has mechanisms to recognize and address cells which may be growing out of control. And we want our body to do that. It's part of its normal function to keep it functioning properly for the long term. Again, millions and millions of cells in our body. Some of them every now and then get out of line. Our body needs to address that. The fucoidan algae helps our immune cells. It helps support proper replication, and also has been recognized to support those super cells in our body, those stem cells in our body, that our body can then produce and send to where needed for resilience and rejuvenation. I mentioned before that this ingredient comes from Australia. It's organic, it's plant-based, it's derived from wakame seaweed. And not only has it been shown to support the immune health, super cells in your body, but also gut health. That's another very important area, and why I wanted to include this ingredient in the enhanced formula. The gut is so tied to immune health in your body. Study after study after study is coming out that which ties the microbiome of your body and the microbiome of the gut to the overall health of the body. They are tied together intimately. And when our gut breaks down, if we have an unhealthy gut, we have an unhealthy body. You may know someone in your family or a friend who struggles with gut or intestinal issues. They can become devastating, and you often see an individual's health go tremendously downward when they have gut issues, and they can really struggle in their lives. The fucoidan has a special property of supporting the overall gut, the flora, as well as the intestinal integrity. And so we're very excited to have that as a part of the formulary. So when it comes to the fucoidan, I want you to think immune and immune health. Next, we find our red grapes. Now, red grapes are very special. Many of you have had them, I'm sure. Within red grapes is a very special substance, and other grapes as well, but high concentration in the red grapes. They're a source of resveratrol. Now, resveratrol is a specialized phytonutrient. It's an antioxidant, but it also has special properties of gene activation, of survival genes in your body called SIRT1, SIRT2. There's been a lot of research associated with resveratrol. Resveratrol has also been investigated to support the health of stem cells. So it's a super nutrient. Resveratrol is also found in red wine. Many of us are aware that there's health benefits to drinking red wine, not in excess. Have one or two glasses, that's what we call the limit. But very important to note that red wine has health supporting properties, and scientists have often wondered why. Why are there health benefits to red wine? Well, investigating what is in red wine, they discovered resveratrol. And then they asked, well, where does resveratrol come from? Well, resveratrol comes from red grapes and other plant substances as well. But it is a very powerful activator of a gene class in your body associated with survival and resilience. It has been studied for heart health, for overall neurologic health, healthy aging, metabolism, as well as stem cell supportive nutrient aspects. So it's a wonderful nutrient. We're very excited to have it in this enhanced formula. Next slide. Excuse me. I need a glass of water. So next we talk about some nutrients which are added as cofactors to help the absorptive aspect and really the functional capacity of the formulary. First off, we use a marine mineral complex, which is sourced from organic marine algae in South America. It's called AlgaCal. It supplies a cofactor of standardized calcium along with other trace minerals such as magnesium and boron and other bone-friendly nutrients to support really that SPARK philosophy. Trace minerals are often needed as cofactors, as well as calcium, a major macro mineral in your body, is often a catalyst for cellular reactions. And so that's why we wanted to include it in the formula, because calcium is needed for routine and normal cellular function. And having it here as a macro mineral to help support and act as a cofactor for the formulary. Our other ingredient is bioperin. Again, this is that patented extract of black pepper. Multiple research trials investigating bioperin. It's standardized to ingredient of piperine. And piperine is the active ingredient in the black pepper extract, which has been shown to enhance absorption. So when you think black pepper, when you see bioperin or piperine, I want you to think nutrient absorption. We're getting more from the nutrients that are there, especially if we may be challenged in our health. It has been clinically proven to increase the bioavailability, not just absorption, but bioavailability of nutrients so they can be better absorbed by the body. Now, it also has another very special property, and that is cellular control and cellular regulation. Just like we talked about earlier with the fucoidan of appropriate cellular replication and control, piperine also has that ability. It has the ability to support normal and healthy cellular replication. And so we're very excited that it brings to the table another benefit. And what you may notice about all the ingredients is that we have not only one benefit, but multiple to each ingredient in the formula. They work in multiple different ways, and together they create a synergy that really helps us support those rejuvenation and resilience pathways in our body. You know, as we age, we notice changes. I'm in my mid-40s. I've noticed changes. I'm a little different than I was when I was in my mid-20s, right? We all have changes in our bodies. But what we want to maintain is youthfulness, resilience. We want to support natural pathways of restoration. Simple example, I'll say, you know, I've grown out a beard recently. And even when you nick yourself shaving as a man, the ability and how quickly for the skin to really heal itself from a nick, from shaving, or if you were to fall off your bike and skin your knee in a more major way, or if you were to have a major procedure, surgical procedure where there's an incision, the ability of your body to quickly, normally, and in a healthy fashion, support the natural process of healing in the body. Again, the NHD products don't treat, reduce, or cure disease. They help your body by supporting it nutritionally with unique nutrient factors that help to harness its own potential and what it's supposed to do. Our bodies are supposed to bounce back, to have natural resilience, and to maintain a sense of energy, youthfulness, and vitality as we age. Next slide. And so when we think about the SEMRENU formula and what makes it unique, this is a product that's scientifically tested. It's formulated by someone hopefully that you trust, by a medical doctor. A lot of thought went into the formulary, and it's inspected and tested for more than 500 potential contaminants to ensure utmost purity, safety, and quality. Every single ingredient not only is tested before it is received when we put the final formulary together, but we retest everything again just to ensure the safety and the purity of the formulary. Safety is number one. And so you have a formula here that is rooted in science, that is rooted in safety, and rooted in really CGMP manufacturing. We manufacture the product in the United States in our facility. Those of you who have visited actually saw the SEMRENU coming down the line. So that was very exciting to be together at our facility. But we take very seriously the role that nutrition plays and can play in helping people be healthy. Nutrition isn't the only thing we need to do, but it is certainly part of the equation when it comes to health. And we need to take it seriously. And physicians and health professionals need to take seriously the potential that nutrition and nutritional phytonutrients and cofactors can have at supporting people's health versus going for more drastic measures. Sometimes I hear about what people are doing or interventions in their lives that just seem so exceptionally drastic and dangerous at times with significant consequences. And they haven't taken a route to explore that may have less danger, less side effect, and support them in a more natural way. And so I think that's really important for people to have conversations with their health providers about what are avenues to explore that include nutrition and lifestyle, that include meditation, as well as the best of modern medicine. So it's everything working together to give us our best results. Next slide, please. So many people often ask, well, what will I see when I use the product? What will be different in my life? And so what we're talking about in our tree of health philosophy, we're saying, well, what am I going to see on the branches of my tree? Those daily interactions, the way that my branches sway, the blooms that come in the spring. So overall, the first goal of this product is support healthy aging and resilience, to promote renewal and faster recovery. Individuals who use this for associated with athletics and fitness and otherwise, or strenuous work from the weekends in their homes or otherwise, they notice that their bodies are feeling different, that they're bouncing back quicker. Helps to counter the effects of stress. And really that's on a daily basis. What do we see? That's our ability to stay focused and calm under stress. The ability for us to concentrate and accomplish tasks, the ability for us to see a task through to the end without being discouraged. So part of this is coming into the ability to have cellular energy, to have the energy, the focus, the concentration, and really the reserve in our bodies to complete the tasks we set out to accomplish and complete. So people notice a difference in their energy, they notice a difference in their endurance. We see people have reported differences in their sleep, promoting a deeper, more restful sleep, which is so critical for the body. Supporting bone, heart, and overall immune health, the immune cells of the body, supporting our supercells, and really providing nutrient support for healthy cell signaling and overall cellular health. So many times people use this product in two different ways. They use it, number one, on an ongoing maintenance level, but then also when they've had a significant health challenge, or when they know that they're having an increased demands on their body or their life, they may use it at that time or increase usage. So, but it really is meant to be a maintenance of providing nutritive support, supporting cell signaling, so we can support the overall roots of our body, of our tree, in essence, all those unseen processes on a daily basis. It's consistency over time that makes the biggest difference. It's not doing something once or twice. You know, in counseling, patients and consults and otherwise will often talk about cigarette smoking. And so we all know that cigarette smoking is not healthy for us. We know that it's one of the number one things we can do for our health is to stop smoking. And those around people who smoke, we need to be supportive and we need to be encouraging. But I often say it's not one or two cigarettes that are going to wind up someone causing lung cancer or otherwise. It's that repeated pattern over their life for months and months and years. And the same is true for beneficial aspects, that doing something once or twice, while we may see something in the short term that we like, its lasting impact likely will be much, much less, and we may not see it all. And so it really is the idea of being consistent in nutrition and healthy lifestyle choices over the long term. I think the biggest thing that people notice when using the STEM Renew product is a sense of vitality and really neurologic focus and function. That's been one thing that has really been a large piece of feedback as we've traveled around the world. Next slide. So when we think about directions for use, daily maintenance levels are 2 capsules per day, again, 1 to 2 capsules per day, and consume with water or your favorite beverage. Now, when we think about using the product is very safe. There's one thing that I would like to touch on though, however, if you're an individual who uses a blood thinner, we do need to be mindful on using any nutritional product and making sure that we're following our what's called INR, the International Normalized Ratio of our blood thinness, for example. So if you're on a blood thinning medication and you use any nutritional supplement or you have any major change in diet, I want you to be very mindful to monitor your blood parameters as your doctor has instructed you. And one of the things to know is that black pepper itself, high doses of black pepper can alter the blood thinness. And so high doses. And so just for all of us to be mindful of that. But then secondly, when it comes to those who may be on blood thinning medications, that's something that I want people to be aware of and very important. But it's just one thing that I just really believe firmly in is always safety first. And if you're using a nutritional supplement and on a blood thinner, always check your blood thinner, or if you're changing your diet dramatically. But maintenance is 2 capsules per day. Consume with water or favorite beverage. You can take 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, or you could take both in the morning. I recommend, if you can, to split them up throughout the day. That would be best. Next slide, please. Now, when we think about using them in synergy and otherwise with the other products, and I also will just want to mention a little more on the stem renew, that under certain health challenges, an individual can increase their dosage of the stem renew product from 2 capsules to 4 or 6. So you can increase it for a short period of time. So you can increase up the amount you're taking for, say, for a month or 2. That would be something until you're seeing the support nutritionally or the changes and resilience in your overall health. But it's built to be a very, very powerful formula. And again, 2 is maintenance. You can increase if you're having or experiencing some health challenges that you want to address and focus on some specific health goals. But really, these products and the stem renew are intended to work together in synergy with the omegas and with the restore products. The idea that we're supporting our essential fatty acids with omega-3 and that whole pathway, cosnoid pathways in our body and our vision and our heart, as well as neurologic function, our skin, immune there, but it works in a different way with the restore products supporting the calcium ATPase pathway using the jasmine extract, a very specialized product. Again, all of these work together to support the root level of cellular function. And that's what we want to have happen. And when we do that, when we support the core foundational health aspects of our body, we find great things can happen in our health. We can find great resilience, the ability to bounce back to health challenge as well. Doesn't mean we won't have health challenges. Doesn't mean we may not get sick or have a health challenge that we're frustrated with. But what it means is that our body will be positioned to be in a better spot for success, to bounce back, to take that next step, and to maintain vitality and youthfulness as we age. So the other thing that I do want to mention is that when we think about youthfulness and vitality, often we also think about the health of the skin. And these products together have wonderful ingredients that support the health of the skin, hair, and nails of your body. And so I used to not talk about this very much. I always felt a little, awkward or embarrassed talking about beauty or talking about wanting to look the best for your skin. But realize when it comes to health and health choices that people make, people sometimes do crazy things to support how they look, undergoing surgeries or otherwise, or drastic. And not that people can't undergo procedures that are needed or otherwise, but some people really go overboard when it comes to the health and their focus on their outward appearance. And so one of the best things that we can do is to support our body, our health of our skin, our nails, our hair, nutritionally. We can use certain ingredients nutritionally to support that. And the Tree of Health and the different packages that are put together are ones that do support not only the cellular processes and the root aspects and aspects of cardiovascular and vision and gut and immune and flexibility in our bodies, but also the health of our skin. So on that note, I just want to say thanks. I'm going to hand it back over to Antonella as it relates to upcoming webinars and other events and things going on with NHT. But it truly has been a privilege and an honor to spend time with you. And I look forward to getting back together in person at events where we can all once again be in close proximity to each other. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Ben, for your intensive training on this unique product, Stem Renew. Now, before we wrap up, I want to share more details on the Tree of Health packages available in your back office for distributors and customers who opt for ownership. We have the Tree of Health Wellness Trio containing Omega-3 Stem Renew and Restore Silver, the Energy Trio containing Omega-3 Stem Renew and Restore Vital, and the Complete Pack containing the 4 products plus the Premium Noni. Also,